right, good morning everyone. Good morning guys, welcome back. Good morning everyone. Happy Thursday everyone. Pre NFP day. Pre NFP day. Welcome back guys, welcome back. Hope he explains some other serious prop firms as well. What does that mean? What do you mean you hope I explain some serious prop firms? What's a serious prop firm? I don't know what that is. A serious prop firm. Good morning everyone, good morning. Welcome back guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't know what that means. A serious prop firm. Hope everyone's had a good week in the market so far. It is pre-CPI day, pre-NFP day, guys. We've got NFP tomorrow. Before we do anything, let's have a quick look at the news for the day. Nice, 6 a.m. Nice, good man. So we got we got some Euro news today, 1:15 London time, and then we got unemployment claims at 1:30 London time. But yeah, nothing too exciting on the news front. Nothing that we should be aware of or my forex funds. Yeah, nothing that we should be aware of or skeptical of. Had two trades in Asia. Had a nice $300 loss, then a nice buy as well. So I'm up like 25-ish ticks on the day. But yeah, Asia looks like he had a pretty decent sell-off. Holding a very nice double top as well. But that's what gold loves to do before major news days. It loves to create that liquidity above. You know, it can leave a perfect double top, and if you try and buy up into it, you can get squeezed out. It's what we see happen on news days a lot. You kind of see here hourly time frame on gold, grabbing highs, pushing down, grabbing lows, holding support. So a little bit of a range here on gold. I do like longs today, based off the fact that yes, they did actually close bullish, held 33.50 as a very nice support level, and trying to see if you can get this to squeeze higher. But this the daily's in a bit of a range, guys. You're kind of back at the highs of the range. Here's your lows of the range, and now you're right back in the middle. So it's been a pretty. No, I was gonna say it's not been a quiet week. We had like 100 tick trade on 100 tick trade on Monday, 60 ticks on Tuesday, $800 yesterday, and then a little break even here today. So yeah, that's been a pretty good week so far. But all in all, we've been stuck in this range. So considering being stuck in this range, I'm pretty happy with the way this week's gone, to be honest. You just got a very strong 4-hour bearish closure here on gold, guys. Very, very strong 4-hour closure. You can see you had this massive support being formed yesterday. I was actually looking for some potential shorts down into here yesterday. However, once you held this support, longs looked really nice. You had a really nice squeeze yesterday, coming back up to resistance, now pulling back down. So very simple technicals here. You're kind of bouncing off this nice support level with some liquidity above. Do I want to short gold today? Not really, to be honest. If I am going to short gold, I'd have to see a pretty strong break back below this level. Which, to be honest, even then I wouldn't short, because I wouldn't want to get stuck in this range that we were in yesterday. So ideally I'm looking for longs today on gold. I'm looking for longs. Where are we going to get long though? We're breaking below major support, broke it, held it, squeezing lower. So right now, intraday, we are breaking to the downside. We've been bearish for pretty much the whole entire Asian session. The buys that I did have this morning, I had two trades this morning. I had an initial, I think I took about minus $30, 30 tick loss somewhere around here, trying to buy up into this liquidity level. I took the loss on that one. However, once the trade became valid again, I got right back in and made back the loss and some. And again, that's the power of keeping your losses small. So then I got back in from here to here. Then I got somewhere around these highs. So before then, you know, came up, created a double top, grabbed the second touch of the trend line. This was this trend line that came down here. So we came up. Where did we tap into? Tapped right into the second touch of this trend line. Couldn't quite squeeze the highs yet. And then ended up having a decent sell-off, pulled back, and continued squeezing lower. Nice. Yeah, it's been a pretty up and down session. Did the first trade, nice. Yeah, first trade was good. Taking the 30-minute breakout. I did take the flip of the candle. Just got tagged in, and then I got out somewhere around here. They ended up squeezing all the way back down to these lows. Liquidated some lows, held the support, and then had this really nice push up. It's actually a really, really nice buy. So buys from here were great. Buys from here were also great. And there's also a break back above 3,400 on the futures chart as well. So yeah, he's kind of in a bit of a range on Goldie for now, guys. You know, if we can get back above this level here, you know, we're going to have great fake out buys. There's a lot of liquidity to the upside. There's a lot of daily highs that haven't been grabbed, but we know what gold loves to do before NFP. It loves to leave a lot of these liquidity levels, and then sometimes you can get them huge pushes with NFP. So yeah, we'll have to see. Use of the prop firms. Nah, just I mean I do, but unless you're maxed out with Topstep, don't focus on other props. Just Topstep are good enough. You know, Topstep have very, very fair rules, very easy funding process, and also a very easy payout process. So unless you've absolutely maxed out Topstep, then I wouldn't even really worry too much, to be honest, man. Yeah, Impact Gold. Yeah, I mean, gold to me looks overall like bullish. To me, I like gold to come back up into 34.40, back up to these highs. But you know, if we're going to see a big move like that, it's unlikely going to come until NFP tomorrow. I'm expecting today just to be a bit of a rangy day, same as yesterday. Why would we have huge moves before before NFP? It doesn't make sense. So if you get frustrated trying to trade these ranges, well, you decide to trade these ranges. Gold's in a big range before NFP. Why would it have a massive move today? You know, we can still get our nice scalps, which is good with the way that we trade. But I'm not expecting any huge moves. I'm looking to play this range. We did have a lovely buy up yesterday in the New York session. Came up into these nice 4-hour highs. You also had a little trend line coming down as well. Lots of people trying to short this trend line. Had a massive squeeze of that. We're considering longs after we were breaking back high in Asia after the lows were taken. My longs in Asia. Where's my longs in Asia? Were here. That was my longs in Asia. After them highs were grabbed, no, there was no interest for longs after me here. All the higher time frame was squeezing lower. Bull and bear flag? No, I don't use it. Just Google it. It's not something I use. I don't use flags. If you trade flags on gold, you get absolutely manipulated. Yeah, non-farm payroll. It's not been as crazy volatile as it used to be. But NFP, yeah, it's typically the biggest market mover. So we have that tomorrow at 1:30 London time. You have unemployment claims today, but to be honest, unemployment claims doesn't really do too much for gold anymore. You kind of have that every single week. But tomorrow will be NFP day, so I won't be trading tomorrow. I'll still be on stream with you guys tomorrow. I won't be here on my channel. I will be on the Topstep channel. I won't trade pre-London. But yeah, we'll just be maybe trading some combines tomorrow. I won't be trading any funded accounts from after today. Can't wait to be included in the unemployed statistics. Yeah. Has no discounts any more discounts to Topstep are already on, man. It's already crazy cheap. Topstep's crazy cheap. $49 for 50k accounts, huge. Huge. So yeah, we could have some nice fake out buys today, guys. We could have some nice fake out buys. We're currently holding a big support level, so I definitely don't want to be a seller here on gold, that's for sure. So if we can start breaking back above, you know, I wouldn't mind looking for longs. I wonder if pre-London's going to show us much today. I don't think so, though. Looking at kind of where we're at. You know, he closed up bullish here, grabbed some nice highs in Asia. This was actually a very nice little scalp down here. What was that? 70 ticks. Look at that. Broke below, held the resistance, squeezed lower. That was a very, very nice little squeeze to the lows there. But yeah, I want to see Goldie break back to the upside. Let's have a look. Shorts yesterday. Nah, we didn't take shorts yesterday, man. It was pretty choppy. The reason I didn't get short yesterday, where did we end the stream? So we ended the stream around here. The reason we decided not to get short, we stayed on Zoom for a while, is because I noticed this huge support here. And I was like, this isn't an area I want to get short. So no, we didn't end up shorting yesterday. Because I noticed this support and I was like, you know, the shorts were nice from up here when we spoke about it on the stream. But then once you kind of came back to the support and you were kind of grabbing lows and closing bullish, I was like, nah, I'm not really too interested in shorts anymore. You know, you did end up coming down to grab my liquidity levels. I think we had it maybe down here or something. But no, I personally didn't short that. I didn't like the way this pushed down and then instantly held support. It's like, if I'm going to short gold, you know, I want to be shorting resistance, not shorting support. So no, I didn't actually end up getting short yesterday. You then didn't end up leaving a beautiful double top here, pulled down, grabbed the lows, and actually had a lovely, lovely buy. I kind of wish I'd spotted this in the time that I was on the charts, but I didn't trade New York yesterday. But you had an amazing buy. When she came down, liquidated these lows, broke out, pulled back. Why would you not short here? Because you then creating a triple top. So that's an even bigger trap for people to jump in shorts. And buying this little morning star play was actually beautiful. Like, that was a great New York trade. Because you had perfect targets as well. You also had some nice 4-hour highs, and you had price holding 33.50 on the higher time frame. So it was a very nice push. Give me 2 seconds, guys. TP, just the trend line. As soon as you start grabbing the resistance here, failing to close above, just got out right at the resistance, and it's a massive hourly level, huge hourly resistance that you'd never quite closed above. So just playing this range, just playing the range. Grab the second touch of the trend line, pull back lower. So as soon as you hit the first liquidity level, you know, I'll look to manage. Plus, it was like, you know, you came, like, if I was here and I saw 70 ticks, but I was trying to squeeze out 3 more, I would have been massively kicking myself. To risk 70 ticks to hope to squeeze out 3 more doesn't make any sense. So as soon as I saw these highs, I'll just lock it in. I don't need to see it exactly tap these highs. If it can, great, but I don't really care. I'm not going to risk 70 ticks to hope to make 3. So as soon as you hit these levels and start to reject, I just locked it in. Yeah, don't be a dick for a tick. Exactly, Paul. Exactly. If you have a TP here, you know, but price is 3 ticks away from it and you're up 70, well, just close it. I don't want to see a 70 tick trade come back down to break even because I was hoping to squeeze out 3 more. You know, that's a terrible risk to reward. So I was like, as soon as you grab these highs and start rejecting, yeah, just take it from there. If it had blasted through, great. But it didn't. It started to reject. I was like, cool, lock it in. Lock it in. Good morning, man. Good morning. Hiram, do you have a preferred time to trade gold? 5 minute, 30 minute? Nah, I like all time frames, man. They all work together. There's no one exact time frame that you should be trading. They all confluence together. Trade with Hamza. I'm here to win again. Yeah, good man. We need you back on, man. We need you back on for the wins. Need you back in for the wins. Appreciate tuning in, man. Yeah, I analyze on the currency chart and execute on the futures because the currency chart grabs highs and lows a lot more than the future chart. So if you miss that key liquidity grab, you'll miss a very, very key trade. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, man. Good morning. Good morning. Goldie having a little bit of a squeeze here. Yeah, get on the main account. 100%. Yeah, Sean, you tell him. Get on the main account, man. See if we get some fake out buys today. You may come down and squeeze this wick. It's not a short I'm going to take. But you may squeeze this wick. Yeah, full margin on the main account. Absolutely. What's NQ been up to? NQ did have a very, very nice run yesterday as well. The stocks are absolutely booming. Making a lot of money in stocks at the minute from doing very, very little. Very, very low. I'm really enjoying the stock plays at the minute. It's been so simple and so less stressful than day trading. I've made a lot of money in the past few months trading stocks, and I didn't really do much other than just buy at the lows and hold it. Like, it's crazy simple. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, man. Another day, another dollar, my friend. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Another day, another dollar. 100%. We'll see if Goldie's good to us today. See if Goldie gives us some goods today. Probably going to squeeze 4-hour lows here, guys. We got this pre-London volume coming in about 5 minutes here. Tapping into previous highs. Having a little bit of a drop here. You'll probably come down and squeeze these lows here. Probably go down and fill in this wick. 14 ticks, definitely not worth it. I'd love to see how we react around these lows. We're gonna have a big pullback, or are we gonna continue breaking lower? There's a pretty decent sell-off today in Asia. Very, very decent sell-off. These highs I am still interested in, but look, you came up, tagged these highs here. Huge sell-off, pulled back, continued running. Again, look at that. That's actually so nice. Look at that. Grab highs, pull back. Grab highs, pull back. So could we be seeing something similar? Maybe grab highs, pull back. Some yeah, lovely liquidity grabs today. Grab the highs. I didn't short this. That would have been a lovely short. Should have done that YOLO. Yeah, I should have, man. 0 drawdown. Should have gone in 10 contracts. 0 drawdown. That was the trade of the week for sure. Trade of the week by far. Nightbot on the night shift. Good job, Nightbot. Morning, mate. Good morning, man. Good morning. It's been back and forth this week for the dollar so far. Just insane. Major currencies not doing much at all. No real surprise. Yeah, NFP tomorrow, guys. NFP tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ analysis today. Let's have a look. No charts, okay. All right. I guess that means take a trade, sir. Yeah, let's see. Let's see how we react around these lows. Creating some pretty nice bearish intraday structure. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I hear nice intraday structure. So maybe doing something like this before potential pullback. Yeah, I'm hiding it from you guys. All right, we in? Come on, Goldie. What are we up to today? What are we gonna get today on Goldie? Let's see, guys. We've got 2 minutes till this 30 minutes gonna close. Yeah, ask for a refund, man. Get a refund. Message him. Let's see, guys. We've got this is typically when we see the most volume here pre-London at this 30-minute close. I don't really like where gold's at right now, to be honest. You know, from here to here is just an absolute mess. An absolute mess. And you can trade in here. You can get frustrated and annoyed at the markets when you should be annoyed yourself, or you can just accept it and wait. Not that I use fibs very often, but how much are we pulling back of this push yesterday? Almost 50% of that. What I would love to see here on gold is, you know, come down, squeeze these lows, and then get a lovely fake out buy. That would be ideal. But I think something like that is probably going to take until London. We'll be back on the Topstep stream today as well, guys. Back on the Topstep stream. Big UFC weekend this weekend as well. Big UFC weekend. I'm looking forward to that. I'll be in Melbourne this weekend as well, which will be fun. And cold, I assume. I assume it'll be very cold. Yeah, I know, man. Got yeah, Sean O'Malley and Marab fighting. I can't see him winning either. As much as I would like him to, yeah, I can't see him winning either. I hope he does though. I hope he does. I think it's gonna be a tough one again. It's gonna be a close. It's gonna be very, very close. 30-minute closure here on gold, guys. Grab the highs, close bearish. Should probably come down and squeeze these lows here. It's not a short I'm gonna take. Yeah, another 5 round of ragdoll. Yeah, 100%. Another 5 rounds of just takedowns, takedowns after takedowns. Yeah, I hope Sean wins. I hope he does. I hope so. Yeah, 5 rounds of just cuddling on the floor. Nah, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good fight. All right, what are we up to? Having a little bit of a bounce here on Goldie. Goldie's alerts. Too many alerts going on here. What's the stonks been up to? Nice. Yeah, if we want longs here on gold, guys, I want to see a fake out buy on the 30 back above here at least. But I would like to see these wicks filled in first. Ideally, we come down, wick out these lows, and then we get back above, and that would be a really, really nice range. Then you kind of have a trend line coming down here as well now, so people will probably try and short this. If you do come close to this, get a lot of people trying to short this trend line, more likely to squeeze it. You know, if we come up for something like this, then we could be looking for this. And that could give us a really, really good trade. Because what will that do? That'll bring in a lot of sellers trying to jump in shorts here. Stops above these second touches. Look for this huge play down. And then great. We'll be looking to buy up into all of this trend line where most people are trying to short. 33.63. Yeah, it'd be nice, man. Yep, 60 would be beautiful. Kind of got some nice levels from yesterday where we broke out of as well. Like down here. Some untested highs that we've come very close to. So let's see price come down, hold these levels, and then get for a nice big push up here. You'd have to see some decent volume come in. But in terms of pre-London, yeah, it'll be tough to see if there is much here. What time was our pre-London trade the other day? 6:45, yeah, 6:45. What have we done most? Is that probably one of the best pre-London moves there has been this week? When was that? It was Tuesday. Where was pre-London on Monday? Pre-London. Oh yeah, Monday was just the absolute ridiculous day. Yeah, nice, Mikey. That's what we like to see, man. That's what we like to see. Pre-London yesterday. Pre-London yesterday came up, created a double top. Big sell-off yesterday at 5:30 again. Pre-London here today. Trying to sell off. Trying to. Good morning, man. Good morning. Yeah, 4 hours bearish. Yep, that's why you're gonna need some massive fake outs in order to want to buy this. But you know, it's also a level that I don't want to short. You're coming down to grab previous 4 hour lows now within the first 45 minutes, which is nice. First 35 minutes, sorry. But this is an area where I wouldn't want to be a seller. Look at this, huge wicks, massive wicks, massive wick. So the fact the 4 hour is pretty much opening and instantly pushing down makes me think this could actually be a 4 hour bottom wick before potentially coming higher. That's a nice squeeze right into them lows. Very nice squeeze right into them lows there. Four hour flip. I wouldn't take it just off the 4 hour flip, but yeah, maybe as it starts to flip, I could drop down to lower time frame and see if there's an entry, man. Yeah, nice instant rejection off the lows here. Grabbing the lows, instantly rejecting. Look at that, lovely potential liquidity grab here. Nice instant rejection off them lows. Afternoon, Aaron. Good afternoon, man. Yep, right at them highs. Quite tested them highs. Could squeeze a little bit more. But it doesn't really matter where you could squeeze it to. We just wait for it to break back above and then we go long. Simple. Super simple. Did you take profit? What's profit? Profit on what? I'm not in a trade. Haven't taken a trade here. You'd see if I took a trade. Might haven't nothing pre-London here just yet. I didn't short the wick fill, it's not worth it, there's no risk to reward. Grabbing highs, closing bearish, holding below this resistance, you'll probably continue selling off here. Grabbing highs, breaking out, squeezing the lower. Nah, not short, man. There was the nice shorts down into this low, but yeah, there's no risk to reward for me to want to sell it. It was nice to see you coming down to these lows. Yeah, it wasn't. I'm not selling gold personally. Not to say gold can't push down, it just won't be my trade. I'm not selling gold at this massive daily support. Look at this, huge support, massive resistance, big resistance, And, you know, before these candles were wicks, you know, at one point this was a massive bullish candle. And if you tried to chase it, you would have got wicked out. Same as this right now. Although it's pushing down, you know, well, if it's going to wick the support, it needs to be this bearish candle. So what I'm looking for is maybe some intraday fake outs to buy, anticipating that this support and level and breakout level is going to hold. So it's not to say we can't, you know, keep pushing down. It's more to say that just won't be my short. I really don't want to see gold break back into this range though, because that was the super messy range from yesterday. So ideally we start breaking back above. Whereas if you hold this range, I won't be trading today. How long did it take you to get comfortable to trade live in front of your audience? Keep going, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I've done it for a long time. I've shared my trades for a long time, man. I don't really care about being right or wrong either. You know, I think people understand that. You know, the goal is to come here and learn. If you come here just to follow my trades, you're never going to make money in trading. You might make some money, but you know, you also miss out on opportunities. So. And I'm very consistent with my plan, so that gives me confidence as well, I guess. Lovely tapping into these highs nicely here now, which is good. That's what I want to see. Hold these highs nicely and break back above. I still want to see a decent closure above. But yeah, I used to do Zoom calls with like one person on it. Like 3 years ago, I was doing a Zoom call, like I'd show up and there'd be like maybe 2 people watching. So it's just been a slow and steady journey, man. But I've always kind of always either shared my trades or done it on Zoom calls and then brought it forward to YouTube, man. But yeah, I used to do live market calls with just one person showing up. It's crazy. Probably a 30-minute, to be honest. Probably a 30-minute fake out. 30 minutes grabbing highs and closing bearish, so there's no need for me to trade lower time frame here. If the 30's grabbing lows and closing bearish, then you need at least a 30-minute breakout. Slow and 30 minutes race. Yeah, absolutely, Bob. Absolutely, man. You could take a 15 if you want to. Just be willing to manage aggressively. I did that on here on our Tuesday trade. When we took this trade on Tuesday on stream. You know, I did that here as well. It was a 15-minute fake out, even though the 30-minute hadn't... where's it gone? Where are we? Here. Even though this 30-minute grabbed the highs and closed bearish. Yeah, I didn't wait for that one to close. So you can take the 15 breakouts. But you just got to be open to managing pretty aggressively. Because you're understanding that the 30-minute hasn't broken out yet. So I kind of did that here, actually. That was that trade we took on Tuesday. But for me, because, you know, the difference to the one on Tuesday is the 4-hour was wicking major lows and actually holding support. Whereas right now, the 4-hour is actually bearish after grabbing major highs. So we grabbed highs and closed bearish. Well, that wasn't the case when I took my buys here. Here, on Tuesday, we were massively holding support. Just different closures, closing at different times. All liquidity providers will be like an hour difference. I like to go off the Awanda one, man. I find that the most reliable. Ooh, look at this, nice rejection here, guys. Nice rejection. This is what we like to see. So yeah, I may look at a 15-minute close soon. What do you think about small scalps, like 10 to 15 pips? Yeah, it's great as long as you can manage your risk. It's good. There's no right or wrong way to trade, man. Depends on how big your stops are, but yeah, as long as you're managing your risk well, yeah, definitely, why not? Some people trade, 10 to 15 ticks, but then they, will have terrible risk to reward and not even think about the downside. Depends on it. What the fuck? Depends on how big the stops are, man. Like if you like trading like a negative risk to reward, or like a 1-to-1 or 0.5. It's like, yeah, if you got a good win rate, you can make money. It depends on how big the risk reward is. If the risk reward is too bad, at some point one loss is going to wipe out like a month's worth of gains, and then that mentally is going to be extremely tough when you go through a losing period. It's all about what works for you. What works for you. What works for your what your data tells you. On Wi-Fi flying, nice, Ben. Let's get a trade. I need that content making bank on the plane. Nice. Definitely. Yeah. I like to do all my analysis on the futures one, and just I just look at the futures chart to press buy and sell. I like to do most of my analysis here. Let's see if the 50 is going to close bullish or not. Trendline liquidity on every single time frame, man. Every single time frame, 5 minute, 1 minute, 4 hourly. Every single time frame. Same as the liquidity, same as support and resistance. Like, it doesn't work on just one time frame. It works on every single time frame, man. All of them. This one here is a 15-minute trend line. The reason it's not a 4-hour trend line is because there's no, there's no structure here. It's not really much of an hourly one, so you could say this is a 15 or a 30-minute or a 5-minute. Doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, you can trade it on any time frame, whichever time frame you can see it on. Kind of got one coming up here as well, I guess you could say. Trend line coming up here, trend line coming down here. But yeah, there's no right or wrong answer as to which time frame you should draw the trend line on. It's just whichever time frame you spot on. To me right now, the 15 probably looks the nicest. So I don't like it to be too steep. That's why I'm kind of watching this 15 here. So 15 starting to have a bit of rejection here, guys. Not really closing bullish though. I want to see more of a bullish closure before I do jump in this. Hoping pre-London would give us some goods here again, but not quite. I mean, you're grabbing highs, closing bearish, grabbing the lows, trying to break out. Yeah, hold more weight. Yeah, definitely. They'll give you bigger moves for sure. They'll give you more confirmed moves. You don't really want to be doing any sort of directional analysis on, the 5-minute, for example. Although you could spot a 5-minute trend line, it's like I use the 5-minute just for execution. So my low time frames, yeah, just for execution. Not a bad little morning star here. 5-minute trying to break back above. But remember, you can't ignore this. Is it worth a shot? I mean, you could give it a shot if you really wanted to. On a little combine as a forward test, maybe. There you go. 15 is just closed. Bullish doji, which is not bad. It's not the nicest of closes. It's not the worst close. Why is it not the nicest? Because you're at support, you're at resistance. So if you really wanted to take it, you could give it a try. If it doesn't work out, well, it's a lesson. Me personally, I'm not going to take that. Mac tick stop loss? No, not really, man. As long as the reward's there. If I have 100 tick stop loss, but I got 200 tick target, then great. Depends on the risk to reward, man. If I've got a 20 tick target and 100 tick stop loss, then obviously I won't take it. But as long as it's relative. I see a lot of people talking themselves out of a trade because they go, oh, it's 100 tick stop loss. I don't want to take 100 tick stop loss. It's like, okay, well, how big's your target? Oh, I can see 200 ticks. I was like, okay, well, why wouldn't you take that trade? That's still a good trade. But if you have like 100 tick stop loss but a small target, then yeah. In that case, then I would stay out. Morning, mate. Good morning, man. Good morning, man. High time frame still so bearish. Yeah, 100%, man. That's the reason I'm not massively jumping in here. I'll wait to see if this hourly can wick back above, form like a morning star. Then you got great London buys. Do I compare gold to silver? Nah, not really, man. Not really. Is the wick better to determine the breakout over the body? No, the body closure will confirm the breakout, man. The body closing above is ideal. But it depends on what time frame. You could have an hourly wick rejection, then a 15-minute body closure. Any sort of hold or a breakout? Yeah, high time frame still so bearish. Yeah, I agree. That's the reason I'm not super interested in trying to take a 15-minute breakout. You know, you're grabbing highs, you're closing bearish. So I think the safest option is waiting until this wicks up a little bit more, because that's a pretty strong 4-hour close. What's that? A 200 tick bearish candle. That's a lot of price in a bearish candle. And you kind of see, you know, look at this. When you kind of delete all your analysis and you just actually just look at this from a naked chart perspective, what are we doing? We formed a resistance. We're breaking. We're holding previous support as resistance. We're pushing lower. So like, what's the trend in here for the past like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours? Well, it's bearish, right? So what's the point trying to jump in a 50-minute bullish candle trying to catch a reverse all the time? There's no point. So for me, if I'm going to try and buy gold, I'm going to see it at least a 30-minute and a 30-minute and you know, a nice hourly rejection. Still squeezing low here, guys. Holding resistance, holding support. It's a bit of a mess here on gold, guys. A bit of a mess. Pre NFP, it's not surprising. You had a pretty strong daily closure on NASDAQ again. Let's see. Yeah, nice. Look at these nice wicks yesterday on NASDAQ. Pretty messy though. Pretty messy. Huge support yesterday. Uh, 30-minute closes below support. Depends on where you're drawing it, to be honest. Like if I get rid of these levels, let me get rid of this position. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this trend line. Let's get rid of all this noise for a second. If you were to draw 30 support right now, you'd probably be doing it here. Like this is all one massive area. So although this 30-minute did close below, that's definitely true. You know, you did close below this, but you're also right into support again. So you try and short this breakout, but you're shorting right into support. And if you can see on gold, you know, you have a lot of noise to the left and a lot of levels where it can go against you. And that's probably a good sign just to stay a little bit patient. But I agree, yeah, you've broken below one level, then you're straight back into another. 15 coming back down here, guys. Never closed above, still squeezing lower. Again, look, you're right into here. That's why the safest bet is just waiting for an actual at least 30 closure above. Otherwise, you know, you can just continue to range in here. And that's the reason I'm not shorting, because I'm not shorting gold into support with no liquidity levels as well. Let me get rid of this. And when it's kind of pushing down this much, you know, like, there's no point even looking on the 5-minute. Like if you drop down to the 5-minute and try to take these breakout longs, you know, you're trying to fight the higher time frame, which is not what you want to do. So although you did have a nice little 5-minute morning star there, But you're still bearish. You know, you're not trying to buy every single 5-minute morning star. You're trying to, you know, take these morning stars with nice breakout levels. Order blocks? Nah, just support and resistance. You can look at it as an order block, support and resistance. Doesn't really matter how much you try and what you perceive it as. Nah, I'd probably wait for an hourly, to be honest, man. With the way it's looking right now, I mean, if this hourly closes bearish, then yeah, that's going to be me until at least like London Open. Because I'm not shorting this, and if it's closing bearish, then you're going to need the hourly closure above. So yeah, if this hourly closes like this, then yeah, definitely, man, next hourly closure, which will be the London Open. Because I'm not, like I say, I'm not shorting this. So this hourly does close bearish, I'm not gonna sell it. So you'd have to wait for the next hourly to probably maybe come down, grab the lows, close above, and then boom, then you get your trade. Nah, 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes the lowest I'll go personally. I've already broken down everything I'm looking for, man. Go back to the start of the stream, man. I've already broken it all down. I've already kind of explained everything we're looking for and why. You should be able to scroll back to start and see it all. But just simply we're just waiting for closure above to go long. Simple reason I'm not shorting is because this is a terrible range. This is where everyone gets frustrated and blows up and gives back all their profits because they can't bear to not be in a trade 24/7. Whereas this range for me is like, nah, I won't trade in here. Don't care what price does in here, I simply won't trade. Because I know how rangy it was based off yesterday's price action and Tuesday's price action. And a little bit of Wednesday as well. You're bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. You know, this would be my no trade range. So ideally we hold above, otherwise that'll be me until London Open. This is a strong squeeze here as well, guys. Very, very strong squeeze. I'm glad we didn't jump into the longs there. No reason for me to have wanted to buy that. But remember, you know, one candle can change anything. More successful when it's not in a range. Yeah, it depends on how big the range is, to be honest. Like, you can kind of say this isn't an overall range here. Like, I'll trade this big overall range, but I won't trade the little small shitty ones. Nah. That's where you can't even trust price action. Yeah, 100% Sean. Yep, some serious Sean. Yep, 100%, man. I agree. So, like, you know, I'll trade big, massive ranges at the highs or the lows. I won't trade in the middle of the range. You know, if you look at this, like, this is kind of the big range we're in right now. The highs of the range and the lows of the range, where you're right in the middle. So if I'm going to trade a range, I want to do it at the lows of the highs. Because if you try and trade it in the middle, yeah, that's where you get chopped up. You know, you get stuck in positions that you know you shouldn't be in. You then get frustrated and then blame the markets. Which doesn't make any sense, right? People blame the markets when they trade in ranges they know they shouldn't trade in because they simply just can't bear to not be in a position 24/7. Like I say, if you can't bear to not be in a position 24/7, then I think you're just glorifying gambling. You know, like for me, if gold's in a range, well, who cares? Just accept it and wait. If you want to be in a trade all the time, then you're probably just trying to feed an addiction. Let's see. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Zoom guys, give me 2 secs. All right, YouTube guys, that's it for now. Pre-London, no trades for me here. Pre-London, I'm gonna wait for the London Open for when we go live on the Topstep channel. So gold's gonna need some time for me. I'm not gonna watch it. We'll jump on the Topstep stream in about half an hour. So if you guys do want to watch me trade the London Open, be sure to head over to the Topstep YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys there, and we'll trade again for the next, you know, hour and a half plus. and we'll see what gold gives us for the rest of the day. So trade safe, guys. I'll see you on the Topstep channel in about 30 minutes. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.